And to other stories now, Africa remains highly exposed to the adverse impacts of climate change, and the countries need to work together to adopt policies that ensure sustainable development and climate reliance or climate resilience. And that's according to the Director General of the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, Abubakar Suleiman, at a workshop which focuses on strengthening parliamentary capacity for climate change legislation in West Africa. Esther Mopariola was there.
Climate change has long been a global concern, and now experts are highlighting the urgent need for Africa to step up its efforts in addressing this pressing issue.
Construction and rehabilitation of water.
This workshop, which is a collaboration between the African Group of Negotiators Expert Support, the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, and the National Council on Climate Change, brought together parliamentarians from across West Africa. The goal, to empower these influential decision makers to become catalysts for change.
The point we're making here is that there must be legal framework. Governance is not just about the executive. In fact, the key component of any government is the legislature. So where there are no laws that back it up, where there are no laws on prevention, where there are no laws on curative. So you can't even talk about evaluations, monitoring, where there are no laws. The first thing is, how do we get laws in place?
The response that is needed is very urgent and is also very timely. The bringing together of parliamentarians and technicians or technocrats in the climate change discourse is one surest way of closing that gap.
Some participants highlighted key objectives of the workshop and its potential to spark transformative change on the continent.
We suffer a lot from losses and damages from climate change. But how much of it are we quantifying, and how are we articulating all these things to the international community? We are all aware that in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt, a fund was created called the Loss and Damage Fund. But how much of it is for Africa? And therefore, it is very important for us to draw attention to our legislation and indeed civil society, as you've mentioned, for us to start putting in place the mechanism for us to be able to access these funds and also support our communities.
We have done quite a lot of work, but there's room for more, and we're willing to roll the shoulders and roll the sleeves and work with whoever we have to work with towards getting better climate action in Nigeria.
In the meantime, parliamentarians were urged to pass laws and allocate resources in a way that supports zero net emissions, as well as conduct effective oversight of ministries, departments and agencies to ensure commitment to climate action. Esther Mopariola, TVC News, Lagos.